yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
I don't judge, and the old timers didn't either, fighters chronologically as much as I do by the amount of fights they've had and the amount of punches they've taken. I judge them that way.
Because he definitely had the skill of a top five, just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody.
Since Terence Crawford shocked everyone by beating Canelo Alvarez by a majority decision to become the undisputed super middleweight champion, boxing experts are starting to wonder if he could beat Floyd Mayweather at his best. In addition to praise for his win, Crawford also got praise for how he did it. He was in charge from a distance, could change positions quickly, stayed strong when pushed, and used both strategy and brutal efficiency.
Crawford outboxed Canelo, made Canelo miss, stood right in front of him when he was supposed to. He moved when he was supposed to. Made it look easy. He beat Canelo Alvarez better than Floyd Money Mayweather, which makes him better than Floyd Money Mayweather, in my opinion.
Some experts, like Bob Arum, have even said that Crawford's ability to use both hands and his wide range of skills make him the only person who can match or even beat Mayweather at his best.
Canelo wipes the floor with him. I love Crawford. I told you when Crawford and Spence that Crawford would beat the hell out of him. But Canelo is a different proposition. It's an interesting fight, but I think there's only one winner.
What fight
Why
would
do you
make
feel
the most?
he wipes the floor with him?
What?
Is it because of the weight difference?
Because Canelo, Canelo is used to fighting at a particular level, and and I don't think that Terrence can hurt Canelo, but Canelo can hurt Terrence.
Do you think the welterweight Boots Ennis would stand a chance against Crawford? Or
I have no idea, but I know that Boots Ennis is a tremendous fighter and a great talent. Whether he'd stand a chance with Crawford, I don't really know, because at 147, Crawford is, I think, unbeatable.
Canelo Alvarez, who has faced both Floyd and Terence Crawford, said that Crawford is better, which brought up the debate again. After Crawford beat him by unanimous decision in 2025 to become the undisputed super middleweight king, Canelo said these things. He said that Crawford was better than Mayweather because he was more versatile, smart in the ring, able to change guards, and good at defense.
And he said he might be better than Mayweather. I can see it, because Crawford got a little bit of Mayweather in him, but he got the offense going on. It's not like all defense, blocking everything, points, you know. Crawford can actually hurt you. He's actually a fighter. He'll fight you. You know, he'll box you, but he'll fight you too. He ain't no joke.
Mayweather Jr. built a legendary career with a perfect 50-0 record, unmatched defensive skills, and the power to conquer weight classes from super featherweight to light middleweight. He was famous for having great footwork, quickness, counter-punching, and the amazing skill of avoiding serious injuries while controlling the pace. He won 15 big world titles in 5 different weight classes. This took place at a time when fighting at all levels was very competitive. He often fought people who were famous and great in their own right.
Of all the fights, you've had 50. Who would you say was your toughest opponent?
You got guys that punch hard and hit hard, and you got guys that come out and win a few rounds, but nothing really was tough. I've been in a boxing gym, and guys have given me great sparring and great work. They say ass whooping will humble you. I come home and say, you got to tighten up, champ.
Yeah.
You got to get it together, champ. And then sometimes I go home and say, is this for me? I make mistakes, but I strive every day to be a perfectionist. And we all know God only made one thing perfect, and that's my boxing record.
You know, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
In the same way, Terence Crawford has an unblemished record. He has won over 18 major world titles in 5 weight classes and is the first man boxer to be an undisputed winner in 3 weight classes. Crawford, a switch hitter, gets power as he gains weight, which improves his hitting accuracy and ability to finish. He has beat tough opponents like Errol Spence Jr. and, most recently, Canelo Alvarez.
You know, he was a little frustrated in there, but that's part of the game.
The last question is, I know it's right after the fight. Have you feel yet the significance of this win and what it means in your legacy and your career?
To be honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it. And I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terrence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
The latest fight between Crawford and Canelo was a turning point in boxing. Crawford fought Canelo at a higher weight to win the undefeated super middleweight belts. After 12 tough rounds, Crawford won by majority decision. He won by votes of 116 to 112 to 115 to 113 to 115. Crawford had a simple plan. He controlled the ring with quick steps, sharp jabs, and well-timed counterpunches. He also handled Canelo's strength and pressure without breaking. Even though Crawford got hit in the head and cut his right eye, he kept going at the same speed. With the win, he became the first boxer in modern times to become an undisputed winner in 3 weight classes. His record now stands at 42-0, making him one of the best boxers of all time.
Honest, when I set my sights on doing something and I know what I'm capable of, it's not like a surprise to me. It's a surprise to y'all because y'all didn't believe me. You know, but for me, I knew I could do it, and I believed that I could do it. I just needed the opportunity.
Terrence, when did you know that you were going to beat him? Over here on your left.
When he signed the contract.
He seemed to focus mostly on body punches, and you were hitting him in the head a lot. Was it your reach that gave you the advantage?
It was everything. You know, he wasn't hitting the body or anything. He was hitting my elbow because I was blocking it. But, you know, I think I was the better man tonight.
A few weeks ago, Roy Jones Jr. said that Terence Crawford is one of the best players of all time, saying that Crawford has the kind of skill and flexibility that is usually found in Hall of Famers. He thinks Crawford is great because he can quickly switch stances, has great balance, is smart in the ring, and is great at both offense and defense. Jones Jr. does say, though, that Crawford still needs a few big fights to really cement his reputation. He thinks that Crawford's recent successes, especially his wins over well-known opponents, show that his ability is finally living up to the high hopes that people have had for a long time.
I rank him probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terrence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10, because he definitely had the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get, and that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud, no.
Keith Thurman praised Crawford's performance and called it a win of basic skills, ring generalship, and smart strategy. He showed how Crawford used his jab, movement, angles, and space to fight back against Canelo's usual strength and pressure. Thurman had been worried about Crawford's weight gain in the past, but he knew that Bud's speed, timing, and calmness were very important. Thurman also said that Canelo seemed slower than expected and wasn't able to adjust or use his strength like he had in previous fights. Lastly, Thurman admitted that Crawford's win was a masterpiece of planning and technique. He made a point of stressing that Canelo was still dangerous, but he was badly outmatched in almost every way.
What's up, people? It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas admitted that he didn't understand the game before it started, but Terence Crawford poked in a great performance to show him he was wrong. He was really impressed with how well Crawford carried out his plan, and he praised his clean technique, perfect ring control, and accurate punches throughout the fight. Vargas kept saying nice things about Canelo and said the Mexican star, still a dangerous and skilled winner. But he also said that Crawford was the better boxer that night. He felt both humble and adored, as he admitted that he had underestimated Crawford and praised his brilliance and superiority in winning such a historic victory.
What's up, people? It's the morning after the big fight. Crawford Canelo. Shout outs to Crawford. You did it, boy. You did it. For those who still aren't quite sure what they witnessed last night, I'm going to let you know that you witnessed what is called a notorious boxing clinic. This is everything done right, okay? First, he worked behind the jab, people. Boxing 101. Set your shots up behind the jab. Canelo froze up. He was able to minimize the pressure. Step 2, use the ring. Use the ring. Get to the outside. Make Canelo pivot. Make him pivot. Don't let his feet settle. Okay? Pick your spots. This was a notorious hit and don't get hit. That's boxing 101, people. It's actually the definition of boxing. For those who don't know the definition of boxing, it's to hit and not get hit. It's almost like a game of tag, to simplify it for you folks. All right? And yes, Crawford was tagging him. Not just with the jab, moving, but he was able to do another key factor, which is get respect in the ring. He was able to hold his ground in pockets, work the body, go toe-to-toe, and catch him with that speed. Bah! With that speed, the straight left, the little uppercuts and the hooks to the body. Like I said, people, it was a clinic.
Fernando Vargas also said what he thought about the fight. With almost 70 professional fights already under his belt, Vargas Jr. says Canelo's journey has already been very tough. He says that a fighter's body, reflexes, and general sharpness will get worse over time if they have such a busy schedule. Canelo is still one of the biggest names in the sport, but Vargas Jr. thinks that years at big fights have slowly taken away some of the speed and energy that made him famous. He notices that Canelo's strength doesn't seem to be as bad as it used to be, and the excitement that marked his growth isn't there anymore.
The weight was going to be too much. It definitely wasn't. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. I ate my words up, you know what I mean? But ¿Pero de esto? ¿Me gusta esta foto? Sí. Fue hace como 2 años. Eso. Sí.
Actually, I was thinking this.
Good.
I was like, no, that's great.
I have a you want what now? You got slippers from that afternoon. I'll give you a coffee. All right, Carlos.
Excuse us.
Yeah. So,
What do you think happens next for both Canelo and Crawford?
I think that, man.
You got it.
Bud, I always knew that Bud was a great fighter. He can work both guards, orthodox and southpaw. Amazing talent.
Al Bernstein points out another skill of Crawford's. He is hard to guess. He says Crawford doesn't have a strict or predictable plan in the ring. Instead, he changes his strategy in the middle of the fight. This makes it hard for his opponents to guess what he will do next, since Canelo counts on timing and counterattacks. This lack of consistency becomes a big problem. Bernstein points out that Crawford's ability to switch between straight and southpaw stances makes things even harder. Because Canelo does so many different things, it's hard for him to plan his attacks, leaving him open to combos he might not see coming.
Most fans or most people would probably say Crawford, I'm guessing, because that's a big part of how he's won. And everybody feels that and rightfully so, that the way he's figured out, he's constantly changing from lefty to righty. He is a person that alters his attack. Sometimes he's a boxer. Sometimes he's walking people down. Canelo's style is more the same in most fights. He is a counterpuncher who's waiting for you to make your move so he can counterpunch you. Then when he has you in trouble, he's willing to move forward. His attack is a pretty straightforward one. On the face of it, you might say Crawford, but I think the thing about Canelo Alvarez is that he has seen every style that you can see.
Teddy Atlas has said nice things about Terence Crawford many times, and he knows that there are reasons behind his greatness that go beyond his wins. He has said that Crawford has amazing mental skills, such as timing, instincts, the ability to read opponents, and the flexibility to change his mind in the heat of fight. Atlas says that Crawford has traits that aren't always clear from numbers, like being crafty, having a high ring IQ, and having a heart. He has also said nice things about Crawford's ability to move up weight classes, keep his skills, and face big obstacles without being scared. Atlas keeps saying that Crawford is a special fighter with a great attitude who deserves to be called one of the best in the business.
Passes the eye test. Everyone he's been in there, he's won convincingly. I know with the Matrimore fight, people want him to win big. It was his first time stepping up in weight to 154, and it was a guy with 300 amateur fights, only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights, with the best international fighters in the world. And he had a very deliberate style, a very distinct style, a very awkward style in its own way. So people don't look at that. They don't look at the things, obviously, that I'm looking at, being a trainer, being in the business of boxing my whole life, 50 years of it.
Canelo Alvarez recently said that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, recently replied. He said that Canelo's support for Crawford might have been done on purpose to make Crawford look better before their fight. Jeff agreed that Crawford might be skilled and might even be as smart as Floyd, but he didn't agree with the idea that Crawford is now better than Floyd on defense. He also said that athletes often make these kinds of comparisons and they want to make their victories seem bigger by beating someone they think is better. Jeff showed respect for both fighters, but it was clear that he still thinks Floyd's record is the best.
We got, Crawford, do you think he stays there at 168? Does he go down to 160 and try to get another weight class? I'll start with him first. What's his next move? He said he doesn't want to rematch with Canelo, but I think that'd be on the table. That's going to be a ton of money, obviously.
I think that the Canelo fight may be so big that it's a fight that he is going to actually probably say yes to.
I mean, he has to feel comfortable he can win again. It's not like he got a lucky on a one-punch knockout. He won that fight.
Yeah, he won the fight. So I mean, I don't see him being. There's no reason for him to be scared.
Right.
And I think that that might be the fight that he'll take out of all the offers that's out there, because now he's at 68. He don't want to go backwards and go down in weight classes and things like that.
Roy Jones Jr. thought that Terence Crawford might think about retiring after his epic win over Canelo Alvarez. Jones Jr. said that not many boxers could beat Crawford's recent success, which could mean that Crawford doesn't have anything else to prove. He said Crawford did a great job, saying that moving up in weight classes, facing a fighter as good as Canelo, and winning an undisputed title in a third division are all signs of a career high. Many people thought Crawford would keep fighting, but Roy Jones Jr.'s words caused fans and experts to argue about whether Bud should win after this historic event.
A very smart fight. Took the fight in the middle, let Canelo get off his steam early, came in the later rounds and just outboxed him for the very smart fight. Then stand in the middle for him, made him use the ring like Canelo doesn't like to do. He took the Arislanda Lowry blueprint and used it very well. How surprised were you with Crawford's performance? Was you surprised? Not surprised at all. Not surprised at all. If you look at Arislanda Lara, you notice Bud never turned right-handed the whole fight, because you knew Arislanda Lara gave him most trouble because you used the ring on him as a southpaw.
How special is Terence Crawford as a fighter? First person to be three-way undisputed.
Terence is very special. He definitely goes in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 of the best pound for pound ever.
Do you think, is there anything more for him now, would you say?
Nothing else left for him. That was it. He can call it a day now if he wants to.
Floyd Mayweather or Terence Crawford? Who do you think was better when they were at their best?